Hello farmers and welcome back to the hills of Tuscany. Farming has been going on. I got the rest of the other cotton field all harvested. I got a lovely little bale of cotton right there. I just dropped off a lovely bale of cotton right there. And I got a little bit more left to go in this field. Do I have enough to get another bale? Well, it's going to be close. But I should be able to unload the bale that's in here because I do have the mod that allows me to do so. I think I got it still active here. Overload to second chamber. I could do that, but I think when I get done, I could also unload it as well. Sugar beet harvesting has been going on. I've been putting cut sugar beet into the mill. I got to see how much we got into the sugar plant to see if I want to start putting regular sugar beet in as well, or maybe just store it for like the middle of next season. And when I get that far, maybe I can see if the production plant's going to go through the sugar beet or not. If it's not going to go through at all, then I can just start putting regular sugar beet in there. We can double the production of sugar. But I'd rather just keep it to cut sugar beet because I'll get more sugar out of our material that we're harvesting. But today, yeah, we're going to finish up this cotton harvesting here very shortly, as you can tell. And then I want to get over to the sunflower / canola field because I want to convert that over. And I want to plant the canola in that field as well today. So that means we got to fertilize it, then put some lime down into it, and then of course plant it. And then maybe while we're doing that, get a worker going to put some lime down in some other fields as well. So that is what's on the agenda for today. I don't think I'm going to get through the month of October yet. Still got plenty of work to do. So yeah, getting that far, we'll see. We still want to sell, I think the suit factory is the material I did not sell yet. I want to sell that product and get that loan down below 9 million by the end of the month, which we should be able to do. Shouldn't be much of an issue. That was my end of the year goal, get the loan down to 9 million. But we're going to pay off as much as we can as soon as we can because that loan interest is hurting just a bit. Now, I should mention, in case you don't follow along with the American Fall series, that series did end on Wednesday, and yesterday we started on Western Australia. So, yeah, if you haven't seen it already, you may want to go check it out and see if that series may be something you might want to watch if you're watching the American Falls. If you did see yesterday's episode, I hope you enjoyed it. It's going to be kind of interesting moving forward for sure. So we did get another bale, which is great. I'm going to drop it up against this bale over here. And I don't think I'm going to be able to overload the first section to the back and to be able to unload the bale. I think the bale's got to be like at least 20 or 30%. It's been a while since I read the mod. About a month and a half or 2 months since we've had it now. But I think the bale's going to be a certain size before I can unload it. So we got 3 bales. That's 30,000 liters of cotton. I think we were getting like half of that. But then again, if you look at the field behind us that we harvested, yeah, that's almost the same size as this field, if not bigger. All right, I do got some spots I did miss here. Oh, another thing, when I was harvesting the other field, I looked over and like, boy, there's a lot of wear and tear on this harvester. I did not inspect it and fix it last year, so I'm surprised it's still going. If you remember what happened with our truck when I didn't keep up with it. Yeah, I had a little bit of a problem there. Can I... Oh, wait, so does it have to be running? Or I can overload from the first section to the back section. All right, I'll turn this off, and let's see if I can unload. Well, we're at 17%. So let's see if I can go ahead and unload with this bale over here. This field here, which had parsnips in it, that needs to be plowed. But there are some jobs, this field here does not need to be planted until next spring. Let's see if I can unload this bale that's in here. I'll be shocked if I can. Yes, give me all the cotton. Gimme, gimme, gimme. And this will allow me to be able to fold up the harvester. And I'm going to park this harvester up by our repair kit, because it does need to be fixed and repaired. Right away, no. It doesn't need to be fixed right away, but definitely going to need to be fixed for next season. There, now at least I'm able to fold up this harvester. So let's bring this back. I'll park it up at the shed where our repair kit is, and I'm going to jump into the New Holland 130 and fertilize what will be the canola field. I think I just realized a slight problem I might have, and maybe why I didn't fix it last year. I don't think I'm going to fit through our gate. Not even close. So, alright, it's not that big of a deal. I don't think those are too expensive, those crates from the realistic damage system. I don't think they're that expensive to buy. Realistic damage system, it's only 500. Let's go ahead and buy that so we can have one down here. I just got to go pick it up and bring it on down. Alright, so for now, you know what? Let me go ahead and park you on the sugar beet field. That's what's left of the sugar beet I got left to harvest. But I've been kind of doing the whole bring the harvester over to the Beet Ninja, which I got parked right over here. So I bring the harvester over. I was already in the New Holland. And then I come over here. Just make sure always that this is on the cutter tipper. So this trailer here can take full sugar beet. And then when it empties it, it cuts it on up. While it's doing that, because it does take a little while to get through the just shy of 30,000 liters of sugar beet that we have. Let me go into the production building. I want to see the exact totals of what we got here. Yeah, I'm getting kind of full, so I'm almost, the rest of the sugar beet almost has to go into storage, which is not that bad. I don't have a whole lot of it. I got 1,000 liters going, and when we get to the top of the hour, we should be getting it over into here. I got to bring the honey on over before I run out of that. The strawberries haven't got that up and going. So, got to make sure we keep up on that candy. Should get, boy, that camera's just colliding every 3 seconds. Yeah, keep up with that candy. That candy brings us a whole bunch of cash in June/July. This upcoming year, I'm hoping to hit over 300,000 from the candy. And if we, keep that up with our clothing, we should do pretty darn good. Actually, let me just go ahead and jump into here. Yeah, when the harvester holds 250,000 and that trailer only holds 30,000, that's a lot of loads you got to keep dumping on into there. I've been doing a lot of that off camera, so I'm going to jump into the 130. And I'm going to go fertilize the canola field before you spread some lime on it. I think that's enough fertilizer to get the field done. Won't be using this as much as we have in the past because we've been slopping the slurry around in our slurry spreader. So it's going to save us on artificial fertilizer. Although we are just about out of slurry, but the cows will do their thing. Wow, I almost forgot how wide the working width is on this. But at least it's going to be kind of easy to see where I've been and have not been. Because it's getting rid of the chopped straw from the sunflowers. So the reason why I'm spreading the fertilizer first, and I mentioned it many times recently, but just in case I know everyone doesn't watch every episode, we need 2 stages of fertilization on our fields without precision farming. And you got to change the state of the field after you fertilize it the first time. So by fertilizing the field now, and then when I go put lime on the field, that will change the state of the field. And then when I go replant, you'll put the second stage in. It does kind of the same thing like if you plant the field, and it's like, well, I haven't done anything. The only thing that happened is the crop has grown. Well, the crop growing changes the state of the field, so that's why you're allowed to put the second stage of fertilization in. So, yeah, fertilize this now, spread the lime down, and then we can go ahead and plant the canola in. And the reason why we're switching from sunflower over to canola is because we got plenty of sunflower oil. And the mill is currently taking the sunflowers that we harvested off this field, converting that over to oil. So next season is going to be canola oil, and we'll at the end of next season we'll see how we're doing. This is all for making the potato chips. Yeah, got plenty of fertilizer here. Perfect. So, like I said, we should be able to reach our goal of very easily. I wanted by the end of the year to get the loan down to 9 million because we were up to 10 million. But it's taken us a while to get down to the 9 million because I had to keep buying stuff. We have spent over $10 million on this farm. And now is this time to start giving back the bank the money that it has. And my goal is to, by the end of next year, have the loan down to 8 million, but I'm hoping we can of course, achieve these goals a lot sooner rather than later. And the overall goal is by year 10 to have the loan completely paid off. So I got 6 years to pay off 9 million. Oh, and getting back to Western Australia just for a second, I am on that series because I'm talking about loans. I'm trying out the enhanced loan system, which I think I'm going to prefer a little bit more than the base game loan system. If you want to see what that's all about, well, check out yesterday's episode of Western Australia. I think I will hire a worker to spread the lime in this field. I'm hoping I came down with a full spreader of lime. Alright, and then get that little piece there. I'm missing little pieces here and there. I'm not going to fret too much about it. Alright, turn that off. And yeah, we got the gist of it. We got most of it. Like every time I farm throughout the summer and I got a whole bunch of work going on, I just start parking things everywhere. Have I fertilized? I think I put slurry down in this field. I have. So that field does not need to be fertilized. This one, just making sure I didn't double fertilize that already. Not that it matters at this point. Alright, the 130 can park there. Alright, let's get the Lamborghini fired up. And yes, we got a full Breedle spreader's worth. I think it will be fine, meaning I got more than enough. So let's go in here. Something I really haven't used a whole lot of yet in the series are workers, but now I think it's time we start using some because I got plenty of work to do. And let's see, number of headlands. I think 2 should be enough. And I'm going to overlap by 3%, just to be sure. Generate course. Alright, we got ourselves a worker in there. There we go. Get rid of that needs lime signal at the bottom right-hand corner. Okay, so now we are going to jump into the telehandler. And the clothing is starting to pile up, which is great. Yeah, last year, well, this year is when we sold the clothing. I think we had like $300,000 worth of clothing. So next year, with double the amount of cotton and with the sheep producing more wool now, should be a whole lot better. Now I'm wondering, can I pick up 2 bales with this thing? Okay, let me rephrase that. I know I can pick up that many number of bales. It's the weight I'm concerned about. Let's go grab the 2 full ones. I think the forks are as widely spread as they can be, so it's going to be very difficult to pick up 2 at a time. Especially with my skill set. Well, whoop, you fell off. We don't want you falling off. Oh, he's got 2 of them. Yeah, the rear wheels are a little light. Might be able to see it better. Well, they're technically on the ground, so that's good. Yes, we do have stone in this field. But that is where we expanded the field. That used to be a little bit of a road that went along through there, but now it's a field. I'm not too worried about... We got stones technically turned off, so I don't think... It's not going to... Stones are supposed to damage your equipment when you go over them, but... They're there, but with stones turned off, I'm hoping it's not going to damage the equipment. But if it does, it doesn't damage my equipment that much. I kind of did a little bit of testing on it way back when it was Elm Creek, the first map that we played on in FS22. I didn't see that it damaged my machinery that much, so not too worried about it. So, I got to keep up with the sheep and bringing the wool down. Oh no, we got traffic coming. Alright, I'll have to pull over a little bit here. The only problem with production lane is it's kind of tight quarters coming down through here. Come down through here with anything wide, it gets kind of clustered, and I just can't just pull over in most cases. Those should disappear. They did. Perfect. I just need to double check. Do I need to rush to get the wool down here from the sheep? Or are they doing fine? Oh, we got 10,000 liters of wool down here currently, so that's good. That's not going to run out by the end of the month. At least I don't think so. That spinnery is pretty quick. And I love that it takes wool and cotton and combines them and makes more fabric out of that recipe than the standard recipe. And also the same manufacturing building does the clothing. Alright, let's grab these last 2 cotton bales, and hopefully by the time we get done with this, our worker is our worker is just about done spreading the lime down, so we can get right in that field with a Challenger and throw in the canola. Actually, what I should be doing is first off, get that bale back on there. And you should be going down over here. Alright, and then there we go. Perfect. Yeah, this is something I want to do a little bit more on the Western Australia map, is get away from using the autoloader as much. I hope to use a telehandler to move bales around in that series a little bit. But if you saw episode 1 yesterday, you know that we got a little bit of a money flow issue already, as we do when you first start off on a farm anyways. We will get there, just like we did on American Falls and like we have on every other map. Alright, and I'm going to leave this right here, because eventually I'll have to go up and get wool from the sheep. Actually, let me just jump up to the sheep and see how much wool they got in their pen. Alright, so they got 4,000 and change sitting there. Yep, we're still waiting to see if this water system's going to work for the sheep. If it doesn't, bye-bye to that mod on this series. Alright, so how are we doing here? Well, you're getting along rather well. Who's working in here? Is it Francine? I think it's Francesca that's actually in there. She's doing a wonderful job, and I think we can go in right behind her. Canola is already selected. Yeah, she is missing a few sections here and there, but overall, I think we're just going to dive right on in and get to planting. Since you're starting and going from right to left, I'll start planting from right to left myself. And this will complete all the fields I need to plant for the fall. The rest of everything else needs to be planted in the springtime. So we got the wheat field planted last episode. Now the canola is going on in. I'm loving this planter. I'm trying to figure out if I want to use this planter on Western Australia as well. But that'll be further on down the road. I try not to use the same equipment in the two current series I got going. So I probably won't get to this, but never know. Yeah, I'll probably try going around and... Oh, wait. Can I put lime down after we plant it in a field? I'm so used to precision farming. I can do it any time other than when the crop is ready for harvest. I think we can do it until the crop grows. But either way, canola is going in. And I want to just double check here in a moment to make sure the second stage of fertilization is going in. It should be. I'm 95% sure that it's the way it works. So if we go to here and swap around to here, fertilized. Yes, we're getting the second stage in. And let's see, all my harvesting except for the sugar beet is done for the season. The grapes are all done. Everything else is done. Just the leftover sugar beet that we got, which is not a whole much more. And the fields I needed to plant for the fall, well, like I said, the wheat field will be done. And this field here is going to be all set. So I got from October all the way to March to get the other fields that we own all set up and ready to go. The only other field I know for sure I'm going to artificially fertilize is the one over by the vineyard, because I don't want to be transferring slurry that far from the cow barn all the way over to the... Well, yeah, it is on the other side of the map. All the way over to there. So if I get any more slurry left over, I'll probably maybe do the sugar beet field right here because it's closest. And if not, I could always just use it on the grass field. That's not a bad place to use it either. I was going to set Francesca on over to the potato field next to us, because that needs lime. Well, as you know, all the other fields pretty much need lime. Actually, if we just, because we're on that page here, if I turn off fertilizing... rolling and mulching don't care. But lime, the potato field, this veggie field, and let's see, this field here I think we took care of. So the cotton field here, we just limed this one this year, and the other potato field needs it as well. So yeah, basically every field that we own needed lime this season. I think I'm going to have a little bit of a row of shame here once I plant the other side, and we'll have a little bit left over in the middle. Yep, should have enough fertilizer and, of course, the seed. I've always mentioned this about the planters, and I know some farmers have always tried to say the reason why, but I would like to see a little bit bigger container for the fertilizer, because it always goes through that so much quicker than the seed. Because it would be kind of nice to have the capacity enough so when you run out of one, the other ones almost run out as well. I'm not saying I want to burn through more seeds and keep up with the fertilizer, but, you know, running out of fertilizer and you still got a half a tank of seed left. But all I got to do really is just drive up to the main farm and top it off with liquid fertilizer. Alright, so this section here isn't, I don't want to call it a row of shame. It's big enough. My T8 is, New Holland T8 is probably seeing the Challenger go up this hill with a planter and saying, I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. Alright, let's get this corner of the field up here. So, no sunflowers next year. And I don't really feel like buying more land. I don't want to spend more money on land, although buying land is about the best thing you really could do once you have all your equipment in Farming Simulator, because more land just means more crops, which means, in the end, more money. But we got plenty of work to do in the fields that we have already. It's good to see all that sunflower stubble being chopped up. And now we got a nice field of canola. Put that down, please. Thank you. Wonder how much lime was left in that. Probably not a whole lot, but it got the field done. Let's try not to hit the slurry tanker if I can help it. Alright, rubbed against it a little bit. Alright, let me turn this off for a second. Let's go and move this to the side so I can finish up the field. Alright, so where, because now that I've planted, I kind of see, got a corner up here, a little bit here, and that piece down there. Have to go fill up, of course, before we get a worker to continue on in the potato field and then the veggie field. It was somewhere in here, so I'll just turn it on and Should get it. I hope. And wait for the map to load. All right. Wait, did I get it? No, I'm kind of like right on it right now, so I kind of missed it. Luckily, lime is cheap. And there was a section down here as well. Basically, it's where Courseplay was making the corners. It's going to look a little funny in this field. But once the crop grows, it all blends right on in, and then it disappears. And we can kind of see this spot here rather easily. And of course, this little corner piece as well. While it's folding up, we'll have a double look. But yeah, that's good enough. Let me get this actually into... I guess once we go through the gate, we're in the farmyard. Actually, you know what? I'm in it. Let's just drive right up. And we'll top it off with some lime. That way it's ready to go. At least I remembered to open the cover on this. Alright, we'll let that fill up and take some of my money. Alright, so just a few passes and we'll have this field all done. And that will be beautiful canola flowering about next May or June. While that's folding up here, let me just have a double look here. Fertilize, let's turn off. Well, it doesn't need to be lime, but yep, we're pretty much double fertilized everywhere. Looking good. So yeah, plowing. Definitely the sugar beet field need to be plowed where the parsnips were. This potato field has not yet been taken care of. And I got to come over to here and plow, I think that was carrots or whatever. And of course, once the grapes vines have been, the foliage has turned, we can go in there and prune and plow all that. Tons of work to do, like we will have every season. Let's go ahead and we can put the planter away. That won't need to be used until next spring now, so we'll give it a rinse. Trying to get it ready to go over to the repair shop. The implements we still repair using the base game techniques, but the tractors and harvesters, anything that you drive basically needs to be repaired with a realistic damage crate. That cleaned rather quickly. Let's rinse off the Anaconda Challenger as well. Although it's going to get just as dirty in the matter of, oh, by the end of the month, it'll look just the same as it did just a second ago, so yeah, that's good enough. And open up, and the trigger should be like right here, perfect. Repair for 50 bucks. Got a lot of wear and tear on it, apparently, from planting 2 fields. I'm guessing I repaired it after I planted this spring. And park this up where it belongs, which is up in the big shed. As long as I back up slowly, I'll get it on the first try. It's usually when I'm in a hurry and rush backing in, where it just goes all haywire. Alright, so I'm going to go and hook up the Challenger to the John Deere plow because That's what the Challenger will be doing for the remainder of the season. Oh wait, the plow is... Oh, I left it in this field right here. Oh yeah. If I leave the cotton harvester in the middle of the field, that might remind me that I bought the pallet to get it fixed. So that'll be parked in the sheds right over here. All right, put that there, and I do this I've been doing this so often. I'm trying to give myself time in between from doing this job, but bring some more cut sugar beet over. But since the factory's almost full, the rest of the sugar beet might be going into the silo. I shouldn't say might. It will be going into the rest of the silo. I want to say that this can hold 500,000 liters. That's what it looked like when we were on it. Back up to here. Where are we? There we are. Yeah, I'm guessing the 500,000 liters is what it can hold. So probably just one more trailer and that'll be it. Because all it's doing is trying to cut up the 30,000 liters of sugar beet, which in real life, I'm sure if this is such a thing, it would take a moment to take the sugar beet and cut it up into pulp. And I'm thinking one more trailer ought to do it. Turn on the harvester so it can unload. Trying to get into this tractor. Alright, so while that's being cut up, I do believe I tested this. But it is an Omatana silo, so I'm going to guess it's not going to be an issue to dump the sugar beet right into the silo. And yep, not a problem at all. And then I can get right back to work and get this field finished, which it will be by the time I see it next. At least I hope so. I mean, really, it's only about 4 or 5 passes and we're all done. And then we just got to focus on fertilizing, plowing, and liming, and pruning of the grapevines the rest of the season, while selling some soup, preserved cans, potato chips, so on and so forth. I got to keep the production buildings up and going. I got to transfer some of that honey over. So either use a telehandler to grab a whole bunch, or when I'm loading up material, maybe I'll just bring the autoloader over and just take it in one go. It seems like there's a lot of honey piled up there like always, but those pallets don't hold 1,000 liters each. I want to say like maybe 400, maybe even 500 could be possibly. But either way, it needs to be all put into the candy shop so we can go ahead and make some honey candy. But I'm thinking next episode we'll finish up the October work and we'll move on to the month of November. The loan will be down just below 9 million, I do believe. So that's something to look forward to. But we have reached that point in the episode where it's time to wrap it up. So if you made it this far, don't forget about maybe giving the video a thumbs up. Helps out the channel more than you know. If you haven't subscribed yet and you think about doing so, you can subscribe and catch more crappy content like you've been watching here today. But anyways, that is where we are going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in the hills of Tuscany. But until then, Have a good one.